So it's pre-eclipse season, and I wanted to kind of check in on everybody that North Node in Pisces has been very interesting, and we're headed up to the most impactful or gravitational form of eclipses throughout the Pisces and the Virgo axis. The North Node in Pisces is really asking us to do a lot of new spiritual things, and I mean a lot. I can say for myself, pretty much every single day there's been a new kind of practice that Spirit has introduced me to, whether that be integrating another lesson from previous things I've been learning, or it's been something that has been sort of like completely different and unexpected. And that's what that North Node does, is it asks us to get out of our comfort zones and do things a little differently, receive some purposes that are a little bit different that we may not fully comprehend or understand yet. So when it comes to your spiritual practice and the things that have been changing within those spiritual practices, I wanted to do a check-in, a space of check-in. How are you doing? How are you feeling with it? That eclipse in Pisces does not come up for another about month. It's a little over a month. September 7th. It's a full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. And I don't know if you remember or not, but we did have a Pisces eclipse back in 2024. Now, at the time, we were not in the Pisces and Virgo axis yet. We were still within the Libra and the Aries axis. So the previous couple of years were centered around that Libra and Aries space. But the eclipses, like the moon, like to wane in, wane out. They like to fade into each other. So that Pisces eclipse started to introduce us to the Pisces energy that we are now sitting in. September 18th of 2024 is when that Pisces eclipse happened. And at the time, we also had a Neptune retrograde and a Saturn retrograde, both in Pisces. And for this upcoming Pisces eclipse, we're going to have a Saturn retrograde and a Neptune retrograde. Saturn will be in Pisces, but Neptune will be in Aries. So this full moon lunar eclipse coming up that is going to be in Pisces is more about some new beginning, even though the planets are going to be retrograde. Aries has to do with the start of things. It's the primal fire, it's the spark, it's the beginning, it's the birth. And Pisces has a lot to do with the transitions, the death, the end, the veils, the practices, the spirituality, the things that are in between that cannot be seen, but are definitely there. Definitely there. And I'll reflect on the previous eclipse on a personal level, and the one that was in September of 2024. For me, that was sort of a mild eclipse. It was not super energized, but it was still obviously an eclipse. It wasn't just a normal moon. So if you remember stuff that started cycling around that time, are kind of the things that may have been coming up around that time, we, in this upcoming eclipse cycle this year, September 2025, we're going to see a little bit of a return of the themes of the previous September, while simultaneously understanding that we have grown a lot because of all the different stuff we've been doing with our spiritual practices. And because of that, we're going to be making a pretty big turn. That's what eclipses naturally do for us. We're going to be making a pretty big turn and going into a new chapter, something different. Because Neptune is going to be retrograde, we may not see the totality of it quite yet. We might get little glimpses here and there. But retrogrades are binding, so the thing that happens on this eclipse that has to do with your Pisces placements and your Pisces house and your Neptune, it's going to bind you up in some sort of cycle or some sort of turn that's going to lead you in a different direction with your practices and the different things that are in your spirituality and the different transitions that you're making in your life. Pisces stuff, right? So yeah, I just wanted to do a check-in because I'm starting to feel, even though we have about a month and a half, right? Okay, we're still a ways out. And if you're looking at the moon cycle, we're still 3 weeks away from the moon cycle where the eclipse is going to be. A new moon in Virgo at the end of August. August 23rd will usher in the moon cycle where the Pisces eclipse will be. So we still have some time, but also for the people who are really sensitive about stuff like myself, how you doing? The North Node has been a little wacko, a little crazy, a lot. It's been a lot crazy. Like I said, I feel like every single day Spirit is like, do this different thing. And it has been a lot. So I just wanted to check in because if it's been a lot for me, it's probably been a lot for a lot of other people too. Wild. You can also expect to, I'll bring this in, if you've been in the process of making some transitions for a couple of years now, this eclipse season that's coming up is kind of the final turning point of like, there's no turning back. We're not quite all the way there yet, but it'll set a lot of stuff into stone. So just get prepared for that as well. Understand there's a turning point coming up. I'm looking forward to it, to be honest. So gratitude, reverence, and love to you. Keep up the brew that you do. I for sure will too. And if you need more eclipse updates as we get closer to the season, I'll be here. This was more just how are you feeling about it? Because there's a lot that is changing and a lot of new spiritual practices. It's been a lot. As someone who's been practicing for such a long time, to have so much new stuff come in, it's been very strange. It's been good. I feel like I've needed the rearrange, but yeah. Anyways, regardless of that and in regard to it, I will talk to you soon. Also true.